And this is what the final week of the season is truly all about. Chaos. 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 What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge, your daily and weekly sports betting brand of record. We're powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports. And we told you when there was going to be a Week 18, an extra game, what could possibly happen that was crazy? How about everything? Before I get into everything that happened, let's bring in the stars of the show because we got a lot to talk about, and we are currently sweating the late games, which is exactly how we want it. Real quick, I'm not going to do all the long introductions. We got Mikey, Alex, Dial Up, see ya. Everybody is here. But, gentlemen, here's where we're at right now. Here is where we're at right now. As we speak, 1 hour from where I'm sitting, the Rams are about to pull off the biggest collapse of the day. They had a 7-point lead, less than a minute to go. 49ers, no timeouts. See ya, let me start with you. And right now it's 24-24 in overtime. Here's the key. If they both tie, they both get into the playoffs. But the 49ers are at the 11, 3rd and 3, a chance to win it on the field. Talk to me on this one.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now with the rest of the world. This is really interesting. I mean, there was a point in the fourth quarter where you thought it was over for the San Francisco 49ers, for Jimmy Garoppolo. We were almost kind of talking about his future as it relates to next year, not this year. So it's really interesting. I think the Niners are going to do this, and they just picked up a first down. It's 1st and goal. I mean, this is going to be a crazy comeback victory.
It's going to be maybe the biggest and best win in the career of Jimmy Garoppolo if they can finish and score this touchdowns. And the Rams would then all of a sudden, well, wait a second, because Arizona's losing now too. We forgot to talk about that one. Arizona had a chance to win the division if the Rams lose. The only problem is Russell Wilson, AB, and the Seahawks decided to show up and play today. And they're playing well. They're up 11, 2 to 3 minutes to go. They're going to beat Arizona in Arizona.
It's amazing, right? And what could be Pete Carroll's final game with the Seattle Seahawks, right? Like, it's not the perfect Super Bowl send-off if that happens, but you do get a division win, and in perfect Seahawks fashion, a game that they're absolutely not supposed to win, they just go out and win it with Russell Wilson. I mean, that's just perfect Seattle football right there.
And, Mikey, we had to teach our young friend Kelsey today that there are levels to this game, and she was all kinds of arrogant, all kinds of cocky, until she has to send our boy R.J. White a little cashola. And in true Bills fashion, by the way, Mikey, they're going to end up covering. They just scored a touchdown to go up 17. The spread was 16. So it looks like the Bills will win the AFC East, and the Pats, Mikey, will be the wild card.
Pats will be the wild card, and the East there. For a minute, it looked like the Jets could potentially pull a Jaguars and pull this game out. 7 minutes ago on the game clock even, it was a one-score game. Crazy results out there today. New England had the opportunity, it looks like. Obviously, it looks like the Bills are going to go on to win, but New England had the opportunity to steal the division. The Arizona Cardinals had the opportunity to steal the division. Just some crazy, crazy results out here in Week 18.
And, Alex, sometimes when you're in the prop market, you can have a long game. Nothing can happen, and all of a sudden, Debo. Long catch on that final drive to tie the game. You cash your prop, and the 49ers score that game-tying touchdown. That had to feel good.
It felt great, Coach. I want to give a sincere thank you to Sean McVay as well. Up 7 points with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. 3rd and 9, 49ers with 1 timeout. He decides to run the ball. 49ers get the stop, call the timeout. How do you not go for the first down in that spot? Just put it in your best player's hands and, gave San Francisco the opportunity that they needed. Debo gets us the big catch. So I tip my hat to you. Thank you, Coach McVay.
The thing about it is that the worst that's going to happen is you lose the game anyway. That's the worst that's going to happen, and you're still going to the playoffs. But yet you do that, you're going to get stopped, and then they just drove right down the field like sliced bread. So it's 3rd and goal, 3:21. Again, remember, if they tie, both teams would make the playoffs. So it's going to be 3rd and goal, 49. This is fascinating. This is fascinating stuff because 49ers are 9-7. The Rams obviously are in. They're at 12-4. They would drop to 12-5. There's a lot of different numbers that would hurt. So let's play it out together because this is what we love the most. 3rd and goal from the 7. Garoppolo to the corner. Kittle's going to get stopped. So the Rams are still going to be alive. The 49ers should kick the field goal, and the Rams will get the ball back down less than 3 minutes to go. You can't get better sweats than this, gentlemen. All right, other late games today quickly. The Bills, they will win. The cover is still a little bit in doubt. The Patriots have scored 2 late touchdowns. They're down 27-24. They're going to lose, only 11 seconds left in that game. Those are all of the late games. But let's go back to the big shocker, Sia, this afternoon. We joked about it all week. Oh, it can't happen. The Colts can't possibly go to Jacksonville and lose to that terrible football team. Well, today, if you take the jerseys off and you said, which one's Jacksonville, you would say it was the boys that were wearing white. Carson Wentz and all, they looked horrible, and they deserve to go home.
Welcome to the NFL, especially in 2022. I mean, this stuff happens. It's funny because if you're betting, just from a betting standpoint, and you're doing a money line parlay or a tease, like you're kind of just throwing the Colts in there as an afterthought just to get the juice up a little bit more, or juice down, however you want to put that. And, you're right. They got dominated from the jump. I mean, they made Trevor Lawrence look like a veteran quarterback for the first time all year. It's just one of those things where if you can't, every single person out there is playing for a contract next year, for the next 5 years. Nobody just doesn't show up. That narrative is sort of lost on me. And we saw it today. 2 teams showed up, and one was more aggressive and wanted it more, and they won the game.
You're no question. Dominic in the chat says you guys must have a bunch of live sweats going on right now. Yes, we do. Yeah. Yes, we do. And this is exactly how we like it. Now, AB, let me come over to you. Because of the fact that the Colts blow it and they lose 26-11, what is that score about? Now, all of a sudden, wait a second. Oh, let's put the oxygen tank on Big Ben and the Steelers. Oh, we got a pulse. We got a pulse, baby, because now they go to Baltimore. It wasn't pretty. We knew it wasn't going to be. But 2 things happened. The Steelers win in overtime, and your boy won a showdown with the Maestro. It's a win-win, baby. It's a win-win. Could we have imagined, AB, that we would have a scenario where the Steelers would still be alive after tonight?
What classic Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers play, right? Like, I mean, that's just a classic. That's a classic Mike Tomlin, Ben Roethlisberger move, and we'll see, with the game tonight in regards to the results, and if the Steelers do end up getting in. But yeah, man, like you just got to give them credit. Like we all kind of wiped it off, after that win at home last week, saying, all right, well, if they go to Baltimore, then they'll probably lose. But hey, great job, great career. No, our man comes through, man, and it was Ben doing it. Right? Like, I mean, it was Ben in the air with his arm doing it late in the game. Another great thing about this is that it's such classic Steelers-Ravens that they're in overtime playing against each other. And the possibility is if they tie, they knock each other out. Like, that's classic AFC North as well. Just pure hatred. But no, man, got to give just a shout out to everybody in Steelers Nation, the Steelers, Roethlisberger, you name it, man. Just a heck of a win, man. Great win.
Speaking of a great win, Mikey, let's go to the Meadowlands for a second. Because as I'm looking at the box score, and I'm looking at Jake Fromm, and Jake Fromm had 5 carries for 53 yards, and 4 of those came on 3rd and 9 from his own 5 with 5 minutes to go in the quarter on a quarterback sneak. Joe Judge is getting roasted, and rightfully so. And, Mikey, he said after the game, why did I do it? Wait for it. I wanted to be in better position to punt. So why wouldn't you hand it off to an actual running back who can help you try and get the 8 yards or 9 yards? But no, we'll do a quarterback sneak in victory formation, by the way. What was that, Mikey?
It was something to see. All I got to say, if you're a Giants fan, congratulations. You guys just committed to extending that man as well. So congratulations there. But, yeah, that was brutal. Speaking of that, too, yeah, just run the play. And then my other philosophy I talk about all the time, you see a team take a delay of game to set up a better punt. If you're in that position, you probably shouldn't be punting to begin with. But that's just generally my thought process on it. The Ravens did the same thing, too. 4th and 2, fake punt with the punter. Throwing to Tylan Wallace. Like if it's 4th and 2 around midfield, run a play. Just like run. You can't tell me that you want to put the ball in the hands of your punter throwing the football in those conditions. Just I don't understand it for sure.
It makes absolutely no sense. We have crossed the bottom of the hour. For those of you just dropping into the feed right now, welcome into Early Edge Live. We are counting down to Sunday Night Football. It is all or nothing, we think, between the Chargers on the road in Las Vegas. Alex, talk to me.
Yeah, I actually don't think Joe Judge was talking about punting literally. I think it was punting figuratively, punting the season away and giving up the game is what he meant. So just putting them in the best position to lose.
You might be right. You might be right. When you've got a lot of people, and by the Raiders, Matthew Stafford, 3 awful passes, and the Rams, but there's a flag on 3rd down on Cooper Kupp, and it looks like the Rams are going to be bailed out with a pass interference penalty. Holding. It's going to be defensive holding on the defender on Cooper Kupp. So the Rams still have a first down, about 2 minutes to play, down 3. To your point, Alex, which is a very, very good one, it almost does feel like he's trying to do something that take the extension, take the money, and get out of Dodge, but he would never do that. But let's go to the flip side, to a team that didn't look good. Well, it did look good in the first half and then hung on. And, Alex, I'll come to you, and that was the Tennessee Titans. They secured the number 1 seed, but it wasn't easy. The over came in because they had to hang on because Houston scored 25 points in the second half and lose by 3. Ryan Tannehill, 4 touchdowns, 287 yards. All of his props would hit today.
Yeah, and we had a nice Julio Jones sighting as well. He looked good out there. He finished the game healthy. To me, Tennessee does what they've done all season. They just continue to win games that you don't expect them to, or just kind of at the last second. Obviously, they hung on. They were up big in the game. But, yeah, they just win games, whether it's coming from behind, hanging on. They just are good at winning games, and they showed that today. And, yeah, they have the number 1 seed now.
All right, so those are all the gains from earlier today. By the way, shout out to my man Cody. Apparently, if it's true, he's got a 13-leg parlay. He's hit the first 12, and he needs the Rams to win. And they are 2nd and 1. First down for the Rams at their own 37. 2 minutes and 12 seconds with the clock running. Tick, 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 tick. You know, in a weird way, guys, they could be playing for the field goal.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because a tie gets, they don't necessarily care. A tie would still secure them the division, correct? Am I right? They would still win the division with a tie. Because somebody confirm that for me, correct? A tie, because Arizona's going to lose to Seattle. Wow, there's a lot. I'm very confused right now with all these ties. All right, but it all gets sorted out for sure. But we've got a very important game that we've got to get to right now. And I'm talking about the Chargers, and I'm talking about the Raiders tonight. So, gentlemen, we have several plays on this game tonight. Who would like to go first? We're going to do our best bets, and then we'll do as many props as we have time for. And this is the only game of the entire day that has a full prop list. And it was like Christmas morning, opening up that game today to see all of these numbers. But who would like to go first with your best bets for tonight's game?
I'll let it rip.
Right.
Yeah, I'll let it rip. And first off, let me give a shout out really quickly to our man Bill. Won the first ever Early Edge Audience Showdown. Crushed me. Got both of them on the Titans. And our man Davis Mills, who had a great game again, man. This is a good looking young quarterback. No interception. So shout out to Bill. Well done, buddy. Venmo is in your pocket. All right, 2 plays tonight. Everybody's talking about the tie theory in this game. And look, trust me, I love nightmare scenarios. I'm going with the chaos theory. I'm going Derek Carr over half an interception, -115. I'm going Justin Herbert over half an interception, -120. And I'll tell you why. First off, if this were any other game beyond the last game of the regular season, I'd still play these. I feel good with them. But you throw in that they need to win this game, and you have 2 coaches, one in the Raiders who might not be back yet next year, 2, a guy with the Chargers who's already shown in week 3 that he's going for it on 4th down at every opportunity, right? This is going to be a crazy game. It's going to be absolutely crazy. What happened? What did we get?
Oh, classic Matthew Stafford. What do you think he did? Classic
Interception.
Matthew Stafford. You're damn right he did. Game over. Interception, Matthew Stafford. Oh, my goodness. And, Mr. Lynch is up in the skybox giving it one of these. Oh, the 49ers, they were trailing 17-0. And they're going to come back and win this game Oh, wow. Very quickly, I know you're giving out your best bets. Just a very quick reaction to the fact that the Rams blow it, give away the division, and then I've got to figure out who actually is going to win the division because Arizona
they
lost.
win the division.
The Rams still win, right?
Yeah.
At 12-5, right? So they win the division. Okay.
I'll give you a quick thought.
Yeah.
I'll give you a quick thought. Now that both of these teams are in the playoffs, the Rams do not want to see the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan's now 6-0 in his last 6 against Sean McVay. He owns them, right? Like he owns
them.
I'm telling you. So that's the one team that you're like, if you're the Rams, you're like, I do not want to play this team again. I just don't want to do it. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I'll end it on my official picks. That was the end. And I think Stafford with that interception, that's good karma. Good luck for our picks tonight. So there we go.
It very well might be. All right. See ya. Do you got any best bets tonight, pal?
No best bets as of now. Later in the show, I might have one dialed up for everybody.
I like it. Mikey, what about you, big boy?
Nope, no plays for me on this one. I'm still looking at props, but the books that I've used, at least when we were prepping for the show, have removed unders on everyone. So I'm not able to play unders on props.
Wow, fascinating. All right. Well, I know we do have 2 plays from the prop goat. We call them prop stars. Go ahead, Alex. What do we got tonight?
Yeah, I do have 2 plays indeed, starting with my guy, Austin Eckler, over 93.5 rushing and receiving yards. Eckler's cleared this in 9 of 15 games this season, including last week versus Denver. He handled 20 touches in a must-win game. That was coming off the COVID list, too. He combined for 145 yards the last time these 2 teams played earlier this season. I love the fact that this is a must-win game. It's going to come down to the starters playing out the entirety, which is why it's obviously flexed to primetime plus the playoff implications. The Raiders are also one of the biggest run funnels in the league. Opponents are averaging a -3% pass rate over expected and are shifting 4% to the run. Only the Chargers and Panthers are more significant run funnels. I just love this spot for Eckler. Game is in a dome. I think we'll potentially see a run-heavy game plan. He's so dangerous out of the backfield as well. 20 to 25 touches from Eckler. This is why you save this guy. He's one of the most versatile, dynamic weapons in all of football. So I love Austin Eckler tonight. The other play is Mike Williams, under 4.5 receptions. He's only caught 5 passes 3 times in the last 10 games after a really good start to the season. Over that 10-game span, he's averaging 6.1 targets per game. He's going to either need to be hyper efficient with his targets or receive a lot of volume, which is just very unlikely with his average depth of target being as deep as it is and his role in the offense. He's primarily being used as a deep threat at this stage of the season. The Raiders are also very good at limiting deep passes. They've allowed the 4th lowest 15-plus passes this season. Also, a ton of mouths to feed on the Chargers. All their skill position players are healthy. You've got Eckler, you've got Keenan Allen, Justin Jackson, Josh Palmer, Jared Cook, Jalen Guyton, all those guys playing. When these teams met back in week 4, he had 4 targets, 1 catch. This is just a tough matchup. This is a big number for Big Mike, so I like fading him in this spot under 4.5 receptions.
I do too. That hamstring is very, very dicey right now for Big Mike Williams. Real quick, if you have a prop that you would like us to hit on that you're interested in potentially playing tonight, go ahead and put it into the chat and put the juice with it as well. You get about Eckler combo. What about his rush prop? -116 at 56.5, Alex.
Yeah, I would lean over on it. Absolutely. I do think he's going to go over in the rushing department. I personally do prefer the combo just because it gives you kind of a safety blanket if the Raiders get out to a lead. He's such a versatile player that they're obviously more than willing to use him in a pass-catching role. He's more than capable of getting 60, 80, even 100 receiving yards. But yeah, I do anticipate him going over the rushing total as well. So if you don't have access to the combo prop, I'm fine with playing the rushing prop, but much prefer the combination if you have the options of the 2.
Okay, very good. Mikey, let me come to you. Josh Jacob over 58.5 rushing yards tonight.
Yeah, I used to like against the Chargers in the run funnel, but I think it's kind of game script dependent. He's another one where I would actually maybe even consider going combo props as well, because I think that they'll have some involvement in the passing game. but just having Waller back in there also changes the way that they call plays. So I'm staying away from pretty much everything Josh Jacobs. He was also a little banged up heading into this game and questionable to play. So for me personally, it's a stay away spot, but I'd love to get Alex's take on it, honestly.
I agree completely with Mike here. I also wanted to add that even though this Chargers team is a giant run funnel, they've been a terrible run defense all season. Over the past like 5 or 6 weeks, they have gotten a lot better, and they have shut down a lot of good running games, or severely limited them. I don't know if shut down is the correct terminology here, but yeah, they have really improved after really struggling in that department. So this is not the Chargers defense that we saw that was just getting absolutely gashed by every single running back they face over the first 10 to 12 games of the season. So yeah, if you're expecting just because of what you saw like early on in the Chargers, this is not the same defense whatsoever.
Very good. See, let me come to you, because there is a very dynamic wide receiver on the Raiders side that has been electric, and it's not Hunter Renfrow. I'm talking about Zay Jones, 8 for 120 last week. His number is over 4.5, minus 110 on his catches tonight.
You know what's really interesting about that is on a different book, I saw 4.5, but it was plus 130. So
wow.
Clearly the books are treating this receptions prop a little bit different. I was actually surprised. I thought that number was a little low for Zay Jones. I mean, I think part of the reasoning there is Darren Waller is going to suck up some of those targets that perhaps, that target shares might go down just a little bit. I still kind of like it. I still like Zay Jones over 4.5 receptions, though.
I do too. I mean, he's a guy that Derek Carr loves, and during this 3-game winning streak, he's been going to him just play after play after play after play. AB, let me come to you. Darren Waller, we just mentioned him, over 45.5. He was hurt for several weeks, but he's been back for a couple of weeks now. Your thoughts on this number?
Yeah, it'd be impossible for me to play the under. I mean, we know how important that he is to the Raiders offense, and especially, one thing to understand, there's no tomorrow, right? Like, these teams need to win. They need to win to get in.
Well, do
they
do
could
they?
also tie.
Do they?
Yeah, they could also. Yeah, they could also tie. But I mean, it would be impossible for me to play many unders, especially a guy like him. I understand that he's coming back. It would just be impossible. I couldn't do it. It's either play the over or stay away. And if it's at 45.5 yards, man, I'd play that over for sure.
All right, Mikey, let me come back to you, because we believe when the Chargers play that Justin Herbert loves to air it out. Longest reception for Keenan Allen is over 21.5 yards, minus 120.
I lean towards the over on it. So in these games, I'm with Alex on fading Mike Williams a little bit. Games get competitive like this, I do think that Justin Herbert is going to lean on the weapons he trusts most, and that's certainly going to be Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler. So I do kind of like it. I think that Keenan Allen definitely has that bigger play. Obviously, Williams has the big play potential deep down the field, but I think in this particular matchup, I do like the way Keenan Allen will be able to work over the middle of the field. So I'm certainly not taking the under on his longest reception. I'm leaning towards the over on it.
Okay, very good. Alex, let me come back to you. Going back to Austin Eckler, we've been really good at targeting at temp props this year. His number is over 13.5.
Yeah, I'm leaning over on it as well. I looked at this closely. I like it a lot. I do anticipate him having at least 15 carries. So yeah, it is a slightly game script dependent. However, it does kind of require the Chargers to be close or the game just not to get out of hand, or basically them to be playing with a lead. So while I do like it, I haven't projected for 15 touches. I just prefer the safety of the combo prop, just because it kind of takes into account pretty much, every which way the game could go. So lean over, not an official play for me, but definitely like it.
Very good. See, let's come back to you. Renfrow, of course, everybody in the chat is asking about Hunter Renfrow. He's the other dynamic receiver for the Raiders. His receiving yardage is over 62.5. The juice is minus 110.
It's such a good number. Probably a stay away for me. However, I would lean the over there. He's so good. It's just the problem with the receiving yards is he does get a lot of the short area targets. So, I mean, you really have to get a lot of catches for him to hit that over, unless he gets loose, which is kind of rare. I like the over. I'd be curious what the actual reception prop is, though. I might like that one a little bit better.
6.5 at -135 is the under's juiced to -135 actually.
Yeah, it's too high. I can't do that. That's a stay away or take the under to me, most likely.
Okay, very good. All right, let's keep it going. So many good props. You guys, if you have any more, throw them into the chat. We only go as long as you guys have number because we've already given out our best bets. Real quick, can we give a quick shout out to one Tom Brady? Did you guys see what his numbers were to finish the season? 4,900 yards, 40 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Mikey, this dude is doing it at 44 years old. And on top of that, we talked about on the show this morning that he was going to get Gronk both of his incentives, and he did it. 7 catches, over 100 yards, $1 million in incentives. He better take him out for dinner at least, huh? Huh?
Yeah, he'll take him out for dinner, maybe give him the key code to his residence. I don't know. I guess Antonio Brown had it for a while, but it's impressive to see Tom Brady do this with a cast of nobodies. As he can't do anything by himself, according to Mr. Antonio Brown. So props to Mr. Tom Brady, though. Really, 44 years old. Looks like he's going to be able to play till he's 50 at this point. So great job by him. It's very impressive and very important that they got that 2 seed, get to play at home. I think that's going to be critical for Tampa Bay, especially with the injuries that they're dealing with.
There is no question about it. Alex, what do you got, pal?
I want to give a shout out to big Mike Evans for becoming the first wide receiver in NFL history to begin his career with 8 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons.
How about that? And he had a good day today. I think he was close to 90 yards. He went over his yardage prop, which was at 70.5 for the day. So Mike Evans and Big Gronk doing work for the Buccaneers, who end up winning 41-17 over the Panthers. And this will be a season to forget. And by the way, Carolina has already said they are bringing Matt Rule back for next season. I guess that's what you have to do when you sign somebody to 7 years, $49 million. Maybe not sign him for 7 years. And then when he stinks because he's a college coach, he can go back there. But that's not what you guys did. So you're stuck with him. There you go. All right. There are no more props that we have to get to. So we've been working hard this week. Extra shows. You saw our schedule for next week. So I'm not going to force it because we've got a big 1-hour show tomorrow. The national championship, Georgia and Alabama, and I am here for it. But we've got one more thing to do. I apologize tonight. There will be no donkey parlay. It's not our fault. The books won't allow us to do it tonight. So it's time for the VJM, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. And we're going to go enjoy the game like normal people. So for those of you brand new to the show, the VJM is the Van Jefferson Memorial first touchdown of the game prop pick. It's all about getting into the club, enjoying it with your friends and your family. And everybody that I'm staring at right now has a ticket, except for your boy. So tonight, it's going to be my night. I'm going against the grain with my pick tonight. But when he's on the show, he was always the first, and he always gets to go first. M Squared, you're up. What do you got?
All right. I'm looking, no one has taken this one yet, but I'm taking Justin Herbert, plus 2,200. I like Justin Herbert's rushing. Has that been taken already? Is that why you're laughing?
Well, actually, it has. But you're good to do it. Yeah, the jeweler is also on Justin Herbert, so it's fine. It's okay. No problem.
I love partying with the jeweler, so we're good.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right, so Mikey and the jeweler are on Justin Herbert as the first touchdown. I don't mind that. He's got great legs. Great legs. All right, Sia is the only two-time official into the club. Well,
that's not true, Coach.
I know. I'm just trying to remember how you won it. Yeah, I know. I hate giving you credit where credit's due, but I will. All right. You're right. We have two-time champions. All right, but still, Sia was the first, so he's still going to go first. Sia, what do you got?
Yeah, I don't mind sharing with Alan, but we're not going to be sharing for much longer because I'm going to hit this one. This one's a layup. Like, honestly, I don't even understand the number here. This is one of the hottest receivers in the league this year. He catches everything that's thrown to him. He's a great route runner. In this game, listen, the Raiders are just as likely to score first as the Chargers, in my opinion. Give me Hunter Renfrow. We've been talking about him. Plus 1,000, by the way.
Right over the threshold. Just right over that line. Hey, we don't apologize for the number. We just want to get into the club. I don't give a damn if it's plus 1,000 or plus 8,000, which, by the way, that would be the number for no touchdowns if you want to play that. All right, AB, you've earned the chance to go third tonight. What do you got?
Yep, I'll tell you what. When you're going for a dub, you throw the ball to Mike Dub. All right. When it's in and doubt, run a 9 route, baby. We are going deep. Mike Williams plus 1,100. He's going to get us that 3-timer tonight. Let's let it rip.
You are too much, my man. You are too much. All right, Alex, what do you got tonight, big boy?
I'm just going chalk, and I'm going with Darren Waller making his return to the silver and black tonight. You know he's going to be the target in the red zone. I can see a little Josh Jacobs gets him to the 2-yard line. Waller comes in, secures that little 2-yard touchdown pass. I get in officially on my own merit the last week of the season.
Alex,
as well.
Alex, we've been down this road before with you. We've done this scenario before. We gave it to you. We put the ball on the 1, and we threw it to your guy 3 straight times.
Mike Williams, too.
Mike Williams. Yeah, it was Mike Williams. Oh, man. All right. Those are 4 good picks. So here's what's really different about tonight. Okay, is that normally all of us are on one side because we believe the game script will be one certain way. But if you notice, we've got 3 on each side of the fence, which I think is pretty cool. I'm going to go also with a Raiders player, even though I think the Chargers win the game. And I'm going to go with the guy that I was talking about earlier in the show. He has been the favorite target for Derek Carr the last 3 games during their big 3-game winning streak. So tonight, you got to go to the guys you trust. This is all or nothing. Plus 1,500, Zane Jones. Boom. Put him in the back of the end zone. It better be the first because I can't have them scoring a bunch. But I'm going to go Zay Jones plus 1,500 for the Raiders tonight. Boom. All right, very quickly, we're going to recap our best bets for the game, and then we're going to get the hell out of Dodge and enjoy the game just like everybody else. AB? Oh, look at that. Sometimes the best bets you make are the bets that you don't. Don't force anything. AB, give us your 2 real quick, please.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Don't force anything. Unfortunately, both of these quarterbacks are going to be forcing the ball all night, baby. So give me Derek Carr over half an interception and give me Justin Herbert over half an interception as well.
There you go. All right, Alex, talk to me.
Yeah, I've got my guy, Austin Eckler, over 93.5 rushing plus receiving yards, combination prop. He is so versatile. Then I've got Mike Williams, under 4.5 receptions.
All right. Sia, you said you might have an official play by the end of the show. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I didn't want to push it on this one. There's too much for me. There's too much unknown. I was going to take one of the game lines, but I was actually going to take the under of 48.5. It's pushed up to 49 now, and I think there's just too much unknown for me to make that an official play. It's a lean at best.
Okay. All right. Very good. Mikey, I do need to come to you because the one thing that we have not hit on at all during the show, which shocks me a little bit, especially after all the little Chick-fil-A nuggets of the day that AB gave us on this topic, and that is the total. Why haven't we talked about the over, and do we like it tonight, Mikey?
I do not. I would lean towards the under, if anything, in the game. I just expect it to get a little tighter. The tie is still in play at the end. In the final minutes of the game, it is definitely still in play for both teams to get in the playoffs. So I personally am not touching it. I think we do see some longer sustained drives out of both of these teams as well. So those eat up time off the clock. Some of them land in field goals. The number's efficient at 49 where it's at. If it got to 49.5, 50, then I think you could definitely start to lean on the under, but where it's at with all the uncertainty, I don't have any interest in playing it, so not going to play it.
Then I don't have any interest in playing it either. All right, our board is set. Don't forget, we're here every single morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching right now, you are there. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so every single time we drop some content into your feed. And guess what's getting ramped back up? Soccer this week. The UFC is back this week. We're getting back into it, and that means every single day, every single weekend, we're going to have something for you. All right? That's why we're here 7 days a week. So there's only one thing left to do. For the last time in the regular season, for the NFL, there's only one thing left to do, and you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Sunday night tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. M Squared, Prop Stars, see ya. Dial up on the ones and the twos. I am the coach. Let's enjoy the game tonight. Pay it forward. Be kind to each other. And remember, there's only one brand. Come and be a part of us. Everybody is welcome. The water is warm. Here at the Early Edge. Good luck.